Okay, so what I'm going to do today to share it to you is about uh, C language programming using Turbo C as your compiler. Of course, when we say compiler, of course, uh, it refers to any program that transform one set of symbols into another by following a set of syntactic and semantic rules. In the most common sense, a compiler is a program that translates all the source code of a program written in a high language or high-level language into object codes prior to the execution of the program. Now, with my previous video, I will show you on how you'll be able to install, of course, the Dev C++ and how to use the Dev C++. In C language programming, actually, we are allowed to use different compiler. So, earlier, I will show you how to use the previous video, I will show you how to use the Dev C++. By this time, how about if we're using Turbo C compiler? Now, for example, if you have I will share it my I will share my screen first. So for example, if I just want, for example, to open the TC, alright, again, before I were going to share, I just want to give you, there's someone who are using the direct TC, but at present, since you are using for example, I'm now using the 64-bit, so therefore, I need to download the Turbo C compiler po, compatible with 64 bits because we have 32 bits of computers and we have 64-bit also. So actually my former student before used a compiler, or he created a compiler actually for C language, no? So I just want to share my screen. So this will be my this is what we call the Turbo C compiler. Okay? This will be the Turbo C environment. So, as what we discussed earlier, same with Dev C++, Turbo C also had a menu bar. You have File, Edit, Run, Compile, Project, Option, Debug, Break, and Watch. As you can see here, if you want to activate the window or the Microsoft or the Turbo C environment or the TC environment, just press Alt E. Alt E shortcut keys to activate your TC environment. Now, as you can see here, we have a cursor here. No? But if we want to have a whole screen, just press enter. You just simply press Alt enter for you to have a full screen. Now, actually, in structuring programming in top-down design, we need to consider the program planning, the program design, the coding, testing, debugging, documentation, and maintenance. Okay? And the program planning, of course, include a clear statement of what the program is supposed to accomplish, a list of the inputs to the program, a list of the outputs from the program, an analysis of the data manipulation to be accomplished within the program, and a plan for the user interface to the program. Now, same with Dev C++. A TC program, again, is code is also running in TC. No? So, same reserve word. So for you to start the program, no, you need also to use the library and the preprocessor. But prior to that, if you want to have a shortcut for a file, for you to see the content of the file, Alt F. Okay, so you'll be able to see the load. So if you want to load the previous open program, click load in F or F3. If you want to pick up the previous, of course, if you want to have a new, if you want to save, if you want to rewrite or write to or to rename the file, the directory, the change directory, the OS shell, and of course the quit. If you want to quit with TC environment, you just choose quit or Alt X. Then, for example, if you don't have any transaction with this, escape. So if you want to see the content of edit, Alt E, no? So for you to edit, so Alt Run if you want to run the program, or you just simply use Control F9. If you want to program reset, Control F2, go to cursor F4, trace into F7, step over F8, user screen, Alt E. Okay? So to compile the program, Alt C, of course. Alt C, of course. As you can see here, compile to object, make exe file, link exe file, build all, primary C file, and get info, and so on. So, of course, for example, if you click Alt F, if you want to exit to the file, Alt T again to activate the cursor. For example, if you want to run the program, Alt R. If you done it already, if you don't, if you decided not to run the program, Alt T again. Okay. Now, to start with the program, as you can see here, this TC compiler is under the drive C or the command prompt C. As you can see here, C colon no name.c. Automatically, the extension name is .c because that is Turbo C compiler. Okay, same with a program earlier or a program with our dev C++ video. So, same include stdio.h. stdio.h. Then those. So again, Turbo C and Dev C++ is a case-sensitive programming language. If the reserved word is in lowercase, it must be written or typed as a lowercase. Okay? Same, we use main, opening close parenthesis, then begin. Okay? Same with what we have before. If you want to display file, or if you want to display text or information, use printf. Because again, printf is to display text or information after running your program. Okay, so as what we have here, welcome to Din Melo channel. Double quotation, close parenthesis, semicolon. Again, we use semicolon to separate one statement to another. Okay? Then again, printf. Familiarization with TC compiler or Turbo C itself. Turbo C. Semicolon. Then printf, double quotation. Of course, don't forget to watch, like, share, and subscribe. Double quotation, close with semicolon. Sorry. Done. Then end. Now, in C language programming, in using Turbo C compiler, we need to indicate gets or getche. Okay? Now, what is gets or getche? When we say getch, this part gets characters from the keyboard and does not echo on the screen. For example, if you have a sound card, no, and if you want to run this program, then there's certain sound, no? There's for getche, but for gets no sound. Okay? Because getche gets character from the console and echoes on the screen. Okay? So for us to save the program, you just press F2 or Alt F, save. Then the arrow key, left arrow key, replace, for example, sample or channel 1 because maybe I have already a file with sample.1, that's C. So then press enter. So as you can see here, we don't have file name here. But if we enter, automatically C colon channel 1.c. Okay, this will be, there is a limitation for file name. It must be at least 7 or below. Okay? Don't, of course, in saving your file, in Turbo C, or even in some other programming language, be sure that your file name, it must be a set of letters, numbers, and allowable symbols assigned to a file and distinguishes it from all other files in a particular directory or folder on a disk. Because a file name is the handle by which a computer user saves and requests block of information. Actually, both programs and data have file names and open extension that further identify the type or purpose of the file. It contains up to 8 characters long, and it, in addition to alphanumeric characters, can include certain punctuation marks such as hyphens and underlines. Now, so since we have a file name already, if we want to compile, you just click Alt F, sorry, Alt D, Alt C to compile, or you just simply click Alt F9. Okay. So as you can see here, main file channel1.c, compiling editor channel1.c, total line compile 318, file 318, warnings. No. So it means to say that we don't have either semantic or other syntax error. So we don't have errors. Available memory 3.314K. Then press any key to continue. So it means to say when we say success, you don't have any error. Press enter. Then by this time, if you want to run the program, Alt R, then enter this one. Or just simply click Control F9. Enter. So as you can see here, welcome to the Milo channel, Familiarization with Turbo C. Don't forget to watch, like, share, and subscribe. Now, same with Dev C++, we are allowed to use \n. Mean to say, to the next line. \n, \n. So F2, since we have a file already, Alt F9 to compile, enter, Control F9 to run. Now, as you can see here, we have welcome to, this will be the last output, when we run, during our first run, this will be the output. This will be the output for the second run. Welcome to Melo in a separate line with familiarization, and don't forget to watch. Now, how we will be able to erase the first output, or if we want to have a clear screen, just CLR SCR. CLR, SCR, opening close pares, semicolon. To clear the screen. Okay, F2, Alt F9, no error, Control F9. Now, as you can see, the output display is the last run output. Okay? If you want to center, same with what we do earlier. It is also the same with C++, \t or tab. \t, \t, \t. So for example, if we want to center \t, this one if we want to at least tab 5 spaces, \t. So F2, Alt F9, enter, Control F9. So as you can see here, I think we need to, since this is more than half, so maybe you less at least 2 tab \t, then F2 again, Alt F9, Control F9. So as you can see here, if you want to have an additional space before familiarization, just simply include \n again. No? If you want to have also a space with this one, \n. Then F2, Alt F9, enter, Control F9. So now as you can see here, it's running. Okay, we just try to look into it, what will happen. Yon. We type \n twice. Yan. Yan. Don't forget, okay, F2, Alt F9, Control F9. So yun, as you can see here, welcome to the Melo channel, Familiarization with Turbo C. Don't forget to watch, like, share, and subscribe. Now, but if you don't want to have this one, still okay. F2, Alt F9, be observant class, as you can see. So as you can see here, we have a good design already. Okay. Now, if you want to have 2 space before the other one, so F2, Alt F9, enter. Control F9, as you can see here. Now, how about if we misspelled this one? We forgot this one. So F2, Alt F9, line compiled 1, warning 0, because if the compiler encountered error, automatically stop the compiling. That's why line compiled 1. It means to say that during the compiling of the first line, there is certain error. Therefore, the compiler stopped to run the program or continue to run the program. Errors 1, then press any key. As you can see here, the compiler give you some tip. Okay, so unknown preprocessor directive include. Okay, so then it is also highlight. So just click Alt E. Okay, Alt E to activate, edit of course. If you want to misspell also this one, okay, so F2, Alt F9. So same with error. If you enter, so as you can see here, unable to open include file stdoi. Then it is also highlighted. So Alt E to activate. Then of course you need to type or encode the correct reserved word of the Turbo C compiler. Same with this one. For example, if you forgot to indicate the begin, F2, Alt F9 to compile. We have 5 errors, you can see. Then enter, Alt E to activate the cursor. Then of course, you just simply put the, okay. So how about if your cursor is here, no need for you to click the right arrow one by one. No, this one. What you're going to do is just simply look for the end, no, in your keyboard. Then press end. Automatically, the cursor at the end. But if you want to go to home, you just click home. Automatically go to home. And for example, if you forgot to indicate semicolon, F2, Alt F9. As you can see, we have error. So Alt E. What will be the message? Okay. TC, channel 1.c, 6 statement missing, semicolon in function main. If you count, as you can see, 1, 2, include this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then this one, channel 1, 6 statement missing semicolon. So it means to say that if we encountered semicolon, if the message window displays 6, you need to visit the line 5. Then, of course, press the end, semicolon. Okay, now, a while ago, no, I'm saying that how about if we were not, but prior to that, I just want to run for you to see the output, no, that we will be able to display the output. Okay, so as you can see here, we will be able to display the output. How about if we were not, this will be the comment statement for Turbo C compiler. Asterisk, backslash, asterisk, asterisk, backslash. It means to say that the compiler ignore the get command. Okay? So F2, Alt F9. So enter, Control F9, still running. Okay? So if we want, for example, if we want to add on here, a comment statement, you just simply type asterisk, my first Turbo C sample program. Okay, then asterisk, backslash. So F2, Alt F9, Control F9. So you are guided, no? So as you can see, what will happen? The output will not display. So Control Alt F9. So as you can see here, display. But if you press Control F9, you just only run, but we were not able to see the output because the getch command or the getch command will be the one who display or get the characters from the console and echoes on the screen. But since we make our gets as a comment statement, so therefore we're not able to see the output. Okay, so F2. So since we remove the comment statement for gets, so F2, Alt F9, Control F9. Now you will be able to see your output. Okay? So I think that's it for today. So for example, if you want to rewrite, no? If you want to change the file name, for example, okay class, I just want you to change the file name of your C language or Turbo C first program. Just Alt F, then write to C colon backslash. So for example, TC under the TC folder, then new one.c. Yan. As you can see here, we have a previous. So therefore, if you want to overwrite, click Y. If you don't want to rewrite, escape. You just simply type N. Then again, new. Lagay natin. Of course, we just try to input new F1. Let's see. Because as you can see a while ago, it means to say that we have a new one.c file already. So as you can see here, a while ago we have the channel 1, but at present we have new F1. What we're going to do is Alt F, write to. Then replace. For example, if you want to replace my P or my prog, and that's it. Then enter. So as you can share your file name is my prog. Okay? I think that's it for today. Good luck. I hope you are waiting for my next video tutorial. So if you want to exit with this file, Alt X and you exited. Okay, so good luck and God bless everyone.